Good morning, everyone. Eric Trimble, fire weather, fire behavior. So today the Weather Service is predicting another day of hot, warm, dry conditions for the most part. Low RHs, and of course those keep the fire fairly active through the night. We have basically an inversion on the fire we've been having for the last 5 days, and what that's been doing is that it's basically setting us up for dry weather at mid to high elevations, and obviously a little bit damper RH conditions down in the valleys, and today's no exception to that. Fire has been active, essentially moving all night for the most part, but not moving a lot, but it's been active. It's been high intensity within those jackpots of fuels throughout the evening and into the day. The forecast that basically is calling for similar conditions. We've got, again, warm temps, high temps, and then medium to low RHs that is going to keep the fire somewhat active, but it's all going to, fire behavior out there is all going to depend on how much smoke is basically still clouding within those areas. The last few days we've been having just deep inversions, a lot of smoke, and that smoke pretty much robs the potential for that fire to get up and run. Today we have a potential that smoke may clear out in certain areas of the fire, particularly the southern end of the fire, and essentially if that smoke clears out, the conditions are right for I would say moderate to significant fire growth. So it's kind of the Weather Service right now is kind of looking at a 50-50 chance of that event happening. We basically, and that's not going to happen until mid to late afternoon at the fire may get up and stand up and run a little bit. But looking in the longer term forecast right now, we're looking at the Weather Service is tracking a little bit wetter weather, a little bit damper conditions coming in Monday and Tuesday. We're looking at high clouds thickening up through the day. Low chance of wetting rain on Monday, but they're looking at a higher chance of wetting rain on Tuesday. But they're also tracking potential for dry and wet thunderstorms, of course, which could initiate more fire starts. So it depends on the frequency and the distribution of those thunderstorms for Tuesday that we're looking at for increased fire potential that day. Looking at ahead further, Wednesday we go right back into our typical, well, for this area, typical July summer hot and dry session. So for the next 5 days to a week, we're looking at essentially just hot and dry conditions continuing. So there's nothing really at this time in the forecast that's going to kind of keep a lid on those fires in the long term. They'll be with us for a bit. So with that, have a good day.
Good morning. My name is Don Hammack, Operations Branch Director. We'll start out this morning's briefing looking at the Goat Creek fire. Crews continue to work on this big box indirect line out to the east, tying it into the hub at one fire. The area of concern mostly is up here. There's a lot of red needled trees up here that they're worried about that fire getting into, and with the predicted weather that's coming up, making a significant increase of acreage to the north and to the east. The Scott fire continues to progress well. These darker lines are machine lines that they're putting in with excavators, feller bunchers, and dozers are working their way around. The main concern is the north end getting down to this Flatwood Creek. It gets really steep, so they do have a Type 1 hand crew that showed up yesterday that they're going to work to get down some of these steeper areas and kind of close the gap on some of these larger machine lines going all the way around. They continue to haul logs and prep the haul road on the south and using loaders, skidders, and feller bunchers to get all that dead fuel out of there and get it decked out for later use in preparation for some burning coming up in 3 or 4 or 5 days whenever they get this southern end tied up. So in branch 2 we have the Butte Creek fire. We have line all the way down from Butte Creek up to the saddle up here, the Kaufman saddle. We have a crew working in here trying to get that mopped up and get that secure. We have an area of concern down here of a red slash unit that we don't want the fire to get into. We also have a reinforced tether assist machine line down on the southwest corner there, going right into Butte Creek. On the east side, we've got machine line all the way up to this corner. and down to this road system. All these roads are pushed out with dozers and excavators for easy access. And then we're scouting again with another type 1 hotshot crew how to get around this northeast corner. And then Monday the plan is to get another tether assist machine line from this fire's edge all the way down into Thompson Creek. Also, we're looking on the northwest corner for some dozer line potential opportunities, along with some hand line up on the northwest corner. Benton Ridge and Benton Hop fires are continuing to work this indirect line on the east side with feather bunchers and dozers. On the Benton Knob, they've got a dozer line all the way up, connecting the tips of these roads all the way up to the forest boundary. They also have a crew in there removing some of the additional dead trees in there and getting the slash removed also. On the west side of Benton Ridge, they've got a dozer line down here. They're also pushing dozer out here, and they're getting line into this. So we have a private cabin in here with holding. They're going to set up some water show in there with sprinklers to try to protect that. And also we have a elk enclosure for the Army Corps of Engineers on this southwest corner that we're going to put dozer line around and make sure we protect that moving forward. Last but not least, the owl fire. The owl fire is controlled and contained on this north edge by a road system. And then we got direct hand line by another type 1 crew on the southern edge all the way down into Sneak Creek. So, and also these roads are opened up to the south with the dozer. So today we have 1 crew and a dozer in there, and they're continuing to mop up this hand line and keep any spots from rolling out and getting established below it. There's a big snag hazard in there, so we're real concerned about a fallen tree getting over our line and then getting established and making a run back up. We also have 3 engines, type 6 engines that are patrolling this northern edge for, again, any debris or trees falling over that road system and starting to fire on the other side of there. So another solid day in here, and we should be able to downsize that fire to more of a skeleton crew and patrol status to keep that in check. Other than that, end of report. Have a great day.